Hello beautiful and creative people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sarah, welcome. Today I'm super excited and super pumped because I have a beautiful project prepared. I want to transform this oversized lime green faux leather coat into a more fitted jacket. And the inspiration for this project I got on Pinterest, where I saw so many beautiful women wearing these bright green leather jackets and blazers, and yeah, I got really jealous because I want one myself. But if you're familiar with my channel, then you know by now that I really try to make everything I can myself. And yeah, so I went on Depop, my favorite thrifting app, and I found this coat with this beautiful snakeskin effect for 30 bucks, and I think this can be really cool, and I'm super excited and I really want to start now. So I'd say without further ado, let's jump into the video and I'll talk to you soon. Okay you guys, I quickly put on the coat so that you can see the fit of it, and as you can see it's very oversized and it's too long for my taste, so I will definitely make it shorter. And I also will take the sleeves in a bit, and I will take fabric from the sides. Because I think oversized is cool, but I also think that when I make this jacket a bit more fitted, that it will be a bit more modern and it will look a bit more chic. So this is the plan, you guys. And now I'd say, let's sew. All right, my friends. Oh, sorry, I just watched Magic Mike. Okay. Onto the serious part of this project. No, it's really not serious, and it's really also not difficult. I'd say that 9% of this whole project is seam ripping, and so yeah, I started by unpicking my bottom seam to get inside my jacket and to basically get access to my sleeves and to the side seams.
"2,000 years later."
And after that was done, I went inside my jacket and I turned my sleeves inside out, and I started to detach the lining of my sleeves from the shell by unpicking the seams and the cuffs of the sleeve.
Much later.
And yeah, this is what that looked like. And here you can also see my shoulder pads, and I decided to keep them. And yeah, speaking of shoulders, since I had to take off the sleeves, I also had to unpick the shoulder seams. Success! I guess this is what pure joy looks like. Okay guys, and please do me a favor and do yourself a favor, mark your sleeves, or at least mark one sleeve. Like here I was marking my left sleeve and the left side seam, so yeah, because afterwards you will not be able to figure out which sleeve belongs to which side, so yeah. And here I am trying on my coat, and I was trying to figure out how long I want my jacket to be, and for that I used these fabric clamps. And yeah, because keep in mind, if you're working with a leather or faux leather, like every hole you pick with your pin into the fabric will be there until the end of days. And here I'm practicing higher mathematics. No, I'm kidding. I just had a look how much fabric I'll need to make my rolled hem in the end. And after that I marked how much fabric I had to cut off. And I used my fabric chalk to make little marks, and after that I just cut off the excess. The next step was to mark how much I want to take off my side seams as well as from my sleeves. And for me, this was 3 centimeters. And you really want to make sure, this is crucial, to take off the same amount from the sleeves as well as from your side seams. Otherwise, it can happen that you later on won't be able to fit your sleeves inside the armholes, and you really want to avoid that. And so yeah, this is not difficult at all. It just takes some time, and yeah, you really want to work cleanly here. And yeah, I really meant what I said by working cleanly here. I double checked all my measurements, and after that I also went in and this is a bit embarrassing. I drew a line just to make it easier to sew a straight line, because yeah, I just wanted a beautiful finished product in the end, and yeah, I didn't want to take any chances. So this is what I did, and it worked. No judgment, okay? And after that, I cut off the excess and I pressed open my seams. And yeah, here I'm working on my lining, and I'm measuring 3 centimeters from the seam. And no, I didn't detach the sleeve from the rest of the lining. I just went in with my good old straight stitch from the bottom to the end of the sleeve, and it worked. Yeah, after that I also cut off the excess and cleaned the edges with a zigzag stitch. And yeah, then it was time to attach the sleeves back onto the armholes. And I was really nervous at that point. But yeah, what I basically did was I measured the middle part of my shoulder part of the sleeve, and I also aligned the seams and pinned them in place. And after that, I went in with my very convenient fabric clips and clipped everything in place. And it took me ages to figure this out, but I attached the sleeve right sides facing. Yes. This step is totally optional, and at this point you basically can fold over your fabric and sew it in place and you're good to go. But I was extra, and I seam ripped about 2 centimeters of my lining seam open, and I made a rolled hem to clean finish my lining. And after that I folded my shell fabric about 1 centimeter and sewed this in place. And after that I measured 2.5 centimeters and hemmed my bottom. And yeah, the lining was hidden inside, so it looked perfectly and clean. And I also, as you can see in a second, pressed my bottom hem, and I used this time a barrier to not burn my faux leather. And the only thing left to do was to reattach the lining, the sleeve lining, to my cuffs, and I did this by hand. And yeah, from the leftover fabric I also sewed 2 scrunchies. And that's it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon.